Mets and Angels tonight at Citi Field to continue their 6-game homestand. Mets winners last night in the first game of the series. Tonight, it's Frankie Montas against Kyle Hendricks. Montas 2-1 with a 5.03 ERA. And Kyle Hendricks 5-6, 4.88 ERA. Last night, it was the return to the lineup for Francisco Alvarez. It was returned to the rotation for Kodai Senga, and it was two separate stories. The Mets did come out with a 7-5 win, but Senga was not very good. The bullpen, excellent. I told you that I didn't think they had 12 outs in them. They had 15 outs in them yesterday, and they were fantastic yesterday. Picking up for Senga, who wasn't great, right? He pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Not very good. The Angels were patient. They were waiting. They weren't chasing the ghost fork, and the Mets fell behind 4-0, and then got things going in the 4th inning with a home run by Beatty, his 11th of the season, a season high. A career high for him in a single season. And the Mets bullpen held the Angels to 1 run over the next 6 innings. And the Mets battled back with 3 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, and had themselves a 7-5 win. And a good win, their second straight win. And now they go ahead with 2 more games left on this road trip, one tonight and one tomorrow afternoon matinee getaway day before they head out west to face the Padres and the Giants, or the Giants and the Padres, actually, in that order, in a 6-game road trip. And listen, the bullpen is still issues. Of course, that doesn't fix everything last night. The issues still remain. There was a good one last night, picked him up. Diaz's 20th save, but getting to Diaz is the issue, and it's been the issue now for basically the whole season. And they're going to need to I think they're going to need to get one arm, and I think they're going to get one this week. And they need to bring up the kids. And you heard Stearns talking about that yesterday in his press conference, saying that the door's not closed. He doesn't want to bring them up. Listen, Stearns doesn't want to bring the kids up. He likes to leave them down there, that pay them. Won't have to pay Sproat until he's 30 if you don't bring him up this year. But come on, money's not supposed to be an issue anymore. You could bring him up here. That was a Wilpons thing. Oh, we'll leave them down there. We don't want to get them their service time, and then we got to pay them, and we don't have the money because we got robbed by Madoff. And that was a Wilpons thing. That's not now. That's not a Cohen thing. Cohen thing is we got all the money in the world. We pay whoever we want. We pay them whatever they want. And if it's something that's going to help the team, you bring them up, or you do that, or you trade them. Trade them for relief arms. But they're not going to do that because they don't do that. They don't pay pitchers big money, this regime, and they don't trade mortgage the future. So that's not going to happen. So what you need to do then, the only option that's left is either lose with this bullpen or bring up the kids and see what they can do, infuse some youth into the bullpen, and hopefully you get things going. And you could win the division, and then, hey, you never know. Maybe you find maybe you turn one of these guys into a career closer. Sproat has been pitching. He's got a 1 million scoreless inning streak going. So bring him up. He's dominating AAA. If someone's dominating AAA like Brandon Sproat is right now, bring him up. And let's see what he can do in the big leagues. As far as the Mets lineup and the offense goes, listen, Lindor, another 0 for 5. He did, contribute yesterday, getting on with the fielder's choice, beating out, preventing the double play, and then stole second and scored the tying run. But he is just marred in a god-awful slump. 0 for 5 yesterday, 0 for his last 26, 6 for his last 51, 6 for his last 51. And they're not singing My Girl when he comes up anymore. It's kind of moans and groans. But those moans and groans are going to be backed up, followed by some boos if this continues. I mean, 6 for 51 is as bad as it gets. This is now his second prolonged slump of the season. And you saw last night that Mendoza put him in the 2-hole. The 2-hole is what Mendoza seems to use to get people out of slumps. It hasn't worked yet. Didn't work last night. Back in the 2-hole tonight. The lineup tonight for the Mets against the Angels. It's Nimmo leading off. It's Lindor, like we said, in the second hole. In the 2-hole, it's Soto, Alonso, McNeil, right field, first base, center field in the 3-4-5. Vientos still struggling in DH at 6. Beatty, the second baseman, hitting 7th. Alvarez back behind the plate for a second straight night. And then Ronnie Mauricio hitting 9th. And that's your Mets lineup tonight against Kyle Hendricks and the Los Angeles Angels. So Mets 13 games over 500, a half a game behind the Phillies, who won last night on a catcher's interference, which is a weird random way to win a game, a walk-off catcher's interference. And the Phillies won a game, and that just shows you that the Mets got to keep winning, because obviously, luck is on and fate is on the Phillies side if they're winning games on catcher's interference. So they go for 3 in a row tonight. They go for a 3-2 on this homestand tonight, and then they wrap up the homestand tomorrow, and then, like we said, head out west. Good parts of the offense. Nimmo continues to hit. Nimmo's played really well after a slow start. He's now reached safely in 15 straight games. He's hitting .309, 12 runs, 3 doubles, 3 homers, 12 RBIs, 7 walks, and 4 steals in his last 43 games. So really, Nimmo coming on is a big help, especially with Lindor struggling. You got Soto, who's playing well, getting big hits now. That was a big hit last night. That was the biggest play of the game last night, was that little base hit up the middle that he hit. And then Beatty with another big game. Beatty, it's like we said, it's his 11th home run, career high on home runs. He's played 46 games this season for the Mets. He's hitting .291, 21 runs scored, 3 doubles, a triple, 25 RBIs, and 11 home runs. In his last 16 games, he's hitting .282. So he's had a good month of July here. He's got 6 RBIs in the month. He's also walked 6 times, and his OPS is .908, which is excellent. So Brett Beatty and Nimmo and McNeil and Soto kind of picking up the slack of Lindor, and Alonso's been okay. He's not, I wouldn't say he's in a slump, but he hasn't been the Alonso that we saw in the beginning of the season. And Alvarez last night coming in, first game back, was right in the middle of everything. I mean, the Angels helped out the Mets. They were throwing it all over the infield, right? On the go-ahead run, ground to the third, the guy threw it, to the backstop at the plate. Then the Alvarez double was hit out to right field, a guy that was just put in for defensive reasons, and he was lost out there, and it landed behind him over his head, the ball that should have been caught. So the Angels, they're not a very good team. They're 500, which is almost better than what they've been or what they were expected to be. And that's the kind of mistakes 500 teams make, is they have a 4-0 lead, they blow it, and then they start kicking the ball and throwing the ball around, and they end up losing. So we'll see if Lindor can get out of it. I think Lindor busts out either tonight or tomorrow. I'm not sure which one, but it's either tonight or tomorrow. I think Lindor busts out, so I'm going to put him for a home run tonight and tomorrow. We'll see if he can get one tonight or tomorrow. 7:10 is your first pitch. Tomorrow, it's at 1:10. Sean Manaea to go for the Mets, his second start after the All-Star break, 0-1. He's got a 2.45 ERA, and the Angels haven't announced who they are going to start yet. So we'll see how things go tonight. Should be a good night, beautiful night at the ballpark. I'll be there. Say hi if you see me. We'll be with my daughter, Bethany, daddy-daughter, night out at the ballpark. So we'll see how that goes. It might be a little bit late for her to be up, but we'll see how it goes. But I'll see you out at the ballpark. We'll be back after the game to recap everything. Mets go for 3 in a row. They go for 2 in a row against the Angels. They are 17-17 in interleague play this year. That does it for us. Enjoy the game, everybody. I'm Bob Walters from the Brian Gunzel Studios. See ya.